Bill from Go Underground Music Videos, and we're right here in front of Ignite 2012. They're having a panel discussion on the inside right now. We're going to go inside and check it out and see what's going down. Go Underground.
Here we go. Dear hip-hop, don't worry, I got you. I know what it's meant to be, and if it ain't got you, I'ma get it on straight. Represent when I rock you, I know they ain't trying to kill you, all I let them know. Yo, hip-hop, don't worry, I got you. I know you're meant to be, and if it ain't got you, get it on straight. Represent when I rock you, I know they ain't trying to kill you, all I let them know. I'm Tarica June, and on the move with my legs swinging. You with this, my niggas dread, way I keep that head ringing. I'm bringing everybody up to my level, say the kings from my heart.
Today's event is part of a national tour that we're doing. We have 7 cities online for it. We did Milwaukee 4 days ago, and we'll be doing Philly on September 24th, and we'll be doing Cincinnati on October 4th, and we'll be announcing New York and another city soon after that. This is a very important series of events, because what we're doing is we're trying to engage young African American and other people of color in the civic process, and use politics and hip-hop and things that young people are interested in to get them interested in, you know, doing their civic duty, whether it's getting out to vote or doing election protection or being involved in some kind of way. Democracy is participatory. You know, democracy is not something that you sit on the sidelines with the remote control and go back and forth between CNN and Fox. That's not following politics. You know, politics is more important than just voting for the president, as there are important Senate races and other down-ticket things that need to be voted on. Particularly in other states where they are fighting against laws like SB 1070 in Alabama and in Arizona, and HB 56 in Alabama. You know, very important issues are at stake right now. So it's more than just about voting for a president or how you like somebody or how you don't like somebody. A lot of important policies that will affect us, our children, and our grandchildren are being decided on. And I think everybody needs to pay attention and be involved in that process, not just complain about what's not happening or what's happening to them afterwards.
Y'all give it up for Rocsi Diaz.
We still continue to make changes by having him back in office. He has tried to help young people more than any president that I've seen since myself living in the United States. And I do believe that he is there to better the good of the United States and not just a certain percentage, which is something that we need to look for when we're looking for our president. We're looking for somebody that's going to represent the United States and everybody as people, not just a certain class.
How many of y'all have ever heard of Occupy the Hood? Yeah. All right. Y'all give it up for my man Malik Rhasaan from Occupy the Hood. People have been going like Lupe Fiasco's been going ham. Kendrick Lamar's been going ham. Actually saying don't vote. And it's a little bit confusing to me as someone who understands a lot about our legacy as people and trying to force our voice. But Malik, what do you think? I know I'm gonna throw it to you. People in your network and the Occupy the Hood network are actually anti-voting.
Word? I'm not anti-anything.
What are you?
How you doing, Malik? I'm from Howard. I don't think the vote will work, but not voting or working if we don't all decide that's what we're going to do. I think that the fight for the vote is a political piece. I mean, it's a chess piece. So if we all decide not to use it, that's one thing. That ain't happening. You know, so I said this on the whole Lupe rant the other day, that talking black folks out of voting is like talking about Jesus. So that's not going to happen. We have too much legacy tied to voting. I don't necessarily agree with the scare tactic of telling people our mothers and fathers died for the right to vote. I think we just fought for the right. You know, I used to go through that as a kid. You know, you don't sit on the back of the bus. You know, your mother forced you to sit on the back of the bus, and she fought, so I could. So I wouldn't talk anybody out of vote. I think we talked about this the other day, that if we're going to vote, we need to have educated ones. And go back to the question that she answered earlier. The problem was a lot of people, I think, are sour about Obama is because they weren't educated. They didn't know what to expect from Obama. They didn't know. They thought Obama was going to fix the world.
My name is Bakari Kitwana, and I am participating in the Ignite 2012 tour. Basically trying to raise awareness around the electoral process and why people might want to participate or might not want to participate.
Okay.
And just want to kind of dig into how we can work to change our communities for the better. My most recent book is Hip Hop Activism in the Obama Era.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is this available everywhere? You can pick this
It's
up?
coming out. It's not available yet. The book before that is the most popular one, is a book called The Hip Hop Generation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about the current state of hip hop?
Current state. It's a lot of different ways you can go with that.
Well, let's just talk percentages.
I think that if you look at in terms of political hip hop, it seems to me we're in a more vibrant era than ever in terms of the production. I just think that the visibility of it, because of the shifts inside of the mainstream industry, has changed. So you don't have a lot of artists that are mainstream political, but I think it's a lot of good political music, and I think more and more you have artists who are doing activist work as well as their music, and so I think that's a promising turn for the better.
Executive editor, Source Magazine, Kim Osorio. Can we bring her on with a round of applause? And Director of Africana Studies at Lehigh University. And you probably see him a lot on MSNBC, holding it down. Let's give it up for Dr. James Peterson, y'all.
And having talked to him a lot, I probably took his statement different than a lot of other people did, which is to say that I don't think that Lupe fiasco is encouraging people not to vote. And you got to remember what Chuck said on the last panel, which is very, very important. He's not voting out of apathy. right? You have to understand where he is politically. If you know like how he came up in Chicago, understand his relationship to his father, and what his father was an activist, you know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because Lupe Fiasco to me is the kind of artist that I think we need to show more love. And what I mean by that is, you know, we've been real critical. A lot of people have been real critical of the Bitch Bad video. A lot of people have been really critical of Lupe Fiasco in the past. And sometimes, and you know this too, Jasiri, that an artist needs the love of the community in order to function as the point of consciousness for that community and give some of that stuff back. And Lupe, because of his trials and tribulations with his record label, because to be honest with you, as much as he puts into his art, he really has not garnered a lot of sales or a lot of success reflective of what he's put in. That has, you know, turned him into, in some ways, a very, very cynical and by his own account, sometimes suicidal.
Let's give it up for my man B1!
I never question the direction.
Vision, come on, man.
Vision, man. I'm focused. This is my life, and as a grown man, I decided that I'm gonna stand for something for however long I'm on this earth. And no amount of Twitter followers that I can lose. Every time I send a tweet out about voting and telling people I'm on a panel as opposed to performing in a strip club or something, some people will be like, oh, you're on a panel, you talking about voting. Now I'm unfollowing B1. You know what I mean? But you have to decide for yourself, like, what do you stand for? Why are you here? What is your purpose? So I think that with a lot of artists, that's why you see people who in the beginning of their career, they really stood for something, they had this fire. You know, you talk about Kanye West. You know, look at Birthday Song and listen to the early Kanye West. You know, you see a big difference. You know, you see a big difference. We talked last night, why is Kanye so quick to co-sign artists like Chief Keef and, you know, like other people like this all of a sudden? And what is it? Is it a lack of feeling like you're accepted in that community in the hood? And if that's the case, that doesn't mean that you have to stoop to their level in order to appeal to that.
All right, Bill will go underground videos. It was a spirited panel discussion inside today, Ignite 2012. It was a hot panel. We got to see Rocsi from 106 and Park and a lot of other intelligent people, Jasiri X, and we got to talk with my man Paradise Gray. And this is how they're doing it. Vote or not vote. It's up to you.